Australia's coinage history during the late 20th century holds several quiet giants, and the 10-cent coins minted between 1985 and 1998 are perhaps the most overlooked masterpieces. With Queen Elizabeth II gracing the obverse and a subtle yet rich design on the reverse, these coins hold more than face value. They tell stories lost in plain sight. The obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II during this period was done by Raphael Maclauff, whose regal rendering emphasized majesty and dignity. Every fine strand of hair, every curve of her crown was precisely sculpted to embody continuity and royal authority. The reverse features the beautiful and iconic Australian lyrebird, a creature native to Australia, known for its impressive ability to mimic sounds. Designed by Stuart Devlin, the reverse carries intricate tail feather detailing, a feature often underappreciated in small coin denominations. While these coins were struck for everyday use, some years in the 1985 to 1998 range had incredibly low mintage figures, and even more rarely, certain issues never reached general circulation at all. These coins were minted but either held back, melted, or released only to special sets. The years 1985 and 1986, in particular, were never released for circulation and were only found in collector mint sets. This makes finding an untouched, uncirculated specimen from these years an extraordinary rarity. They were minted in very small numbers, many of which have never resurfaced. Some of these coins, although minted, suffered from die alignment errors, off-center strikes, and double die obverse. These production anomalies, although unintended, resulted in a limited number of rare variants highly sought after by collectors today. Another fascinating feature lies in the subtle changes across years. The detail in Queen Elizabeth's portrait underwent micro-adjustments in certain years, visible only under magnification. These modifications were never publicly announced but are now critical identifiers for coin experts and specialists, collectors who understand mintmark subtleties, such as coins made at the Royal Australian Mint versus those prepared for sets in other Commonwealth countries, hold the upper hand when it comes to appraising and acquiring these coins. By the early 1990s, the 10-cent coin remained in common circulation, but specific years such as 1991 and 1995 saw significantly reduced production. In fact, it's estimated that less than a few million coins were released into the public each of those years, making them targets for high-end collections. Adding to their mystique, coins from this period were also exposed to experimental blank treatments and alloy compositions, especially in 1993. The testing was done in preparation for future coinage reformations, but few trial pieces escaped the Royal Mint's strict protocols. Australia's political stability and the Queen's long reign ensured the coinage design remained consistent, which ironically makes small design and strike anomalies during this era even more desirable. There were fewer opportunities for error, making those that occurred stand out significantly. Coins dated 1996 have shown up with repunched dates and variations in rim width, a phenomenon usually attributed to rushed production or secondary dies being used beyond their expected lifespan. These error coins now fetch extremely high prices on global numismatic platforms. The numismatic community agrees that the key to unlocking these coins' true value lies in condition and rarity. A 1985 or 1986 coin in MS67 plus condition, especially with verified proof quality, can command five-figure bids even before international collectors enter the arena. A growing number of investors in Southeast Asia, Europe, and even North America have begun seeking out Australian coins from this period, primarily due to their perceived underappreciation compared to US and UK coin markets. Demand is silently but steadily rising. Coin fairs and auctions in Melbourne and Sydney have reported surprising outcomes when these coins are listed. One 1985 10-cent coin, graded PCGS-PR 69, fetched nearly $750,000 AUD in a 2023 private bid, setting a regional record for a modern base metal coin. Such performances on the collector's stage inspired renewed academic research into the minting records between 1985 and 1998. What numismatists discovered shocked even seasoned historians. Certain struck coins had no confirmed public release record at all. Theories began to surface. Some believe these coins were intended for diplomatic gifting, never meant to be spent by the public. Others think they were part of secret reserve sets that were quietly disposed of, leaving behind a handful in circulation. The crown jewel among them is a 1991 error coin, discovered in Tasmania, with inverted queen's portrait and a sharply misaligned lyrebird tail on the reverse. Experts say it's the only one of its kind, authenticated by 3 international grading bodies. In 2024, news broke of an astonishing private sale. A Singaporean businessman reportedly purchased a 1995 Australian 10-cent coin struck on the wrong blank, believed to be from a foreign mint test batch. The price? An eye-watering $720,000,000,000,000 plus millions of dollars, instantly making it one of the most expensive and mysterious coins in numismatic history. The sale sent shockwaves through the coin-collecting world. Suddenly, every 10-cent coin from that era was being examined under a microscope. Families, collectors, and even antique shops began diving into old jars and collections, hoping to uncover a similar treasure. The coin's newfound fame brought media attention across Asia-Pacific, with documentaries, TikToks, and even short films covering the mystery behind these tiny treasures. People wanted to know, how could something so small be worth so much? For those lucky enough to possess a 1985 to 1998 10-cent coin in mint or near mint condition, the future looks bright. As more disappear into private collections or museums, scarcity only increases, and with it, the potential for astronomical future value. This rare numismatic window into Australia's coinage not only immortalizes Queen Elizabeth II during a pivotal era but captures a unique moment in currency design and minting decisions that defied standard production norms. Each of these coins, if properly preserved and authenticated, holds the potential to rewrite coin collecting history. They are no longer just small discs of metal, they're capsules of legacy, error, rarity, and national symbolism, worth their weight in history and billions in value.